Man, I don't even know where to start. It's a hell of a journey. Where the fuck do I begin to try to embark? I'm trying to enlighten when I myself have just awoken. I feel too many times the world feels it needs to be soft-spoken. Let's not offend anyone. Let's not wake anyone up. Let's not tell them the truth and make them understand how corrupt the government and all systems are and how we are suppressed. You wonder why every day the weight on your chest gets heavier and heavier. It is simple. You are nothing but a dimple in the ass of the fucking 1%. Why? Because you let it be that way. Because of the mentality that you represent. It is okay for them to guide you and tell you what to do because they have the money and the power, and it is what you pursue. So they tell you the guidelines on how they got where they are. But the reality of the situation is, I can't tell you how fucking far from the truth the lies that have been spat to you. You want to believe that there's some clever deception up your sleeve so that you can leave the poverty-stricken land that you are in. Become some man that you dream to be. But in all reality, money is corruption. It is the destruction of our own souls and well-beings in the world for our children. Often I question myself and ask, why do I continue to help in the killing? I go and vote for one side of the party, and it doesn't matter which one, hardly, because nothing ever seems to really fucking change. It all just seems to barely rearrange. But what does consistently seem to continue to happen is no matter who's in charge, 99% of us are getting trapped. But the sad truth of the fact is that if you gave just a few moments of thought to what it's like to live with true freedom, not these falsehoods that you have been given, you'd learn that you've been stricken with a cancer more cancerous than cancer. And the only true answer is if 99% of us stand the fuck up so that 1% no longer have backs to stand upon. But hey, I'm just dreaming, right? Because I'm still sleeping. Niggas, we ain't gonna never move on. Why? Because it's plain and simple. You just a dimple in the 1%'s fat ass. And as long as you continue to strive for the goal of the cash that they have above you, they will continue to have power over you. Because money is nothing but a way to have power. Because let me hit you with some insight for just a little second. People say, well, if you raise minimum wage, that's going to raise the cost of living. Well, that doesn't make very much sense, because in all things in life there is a balance. And if you do one side to the equation, you must do to the other. So then how come inflation and the cost of living can grow without wages increasing? How come that can be a truth, but it can't be a truth to increase the wages without increasing the cost of living? Because these are more lies that they are giving to you so that you believe in the subjugation that you have to follow, that you have to abide, when in all reality, all you have to do is put your own selfish greed and needs aside. Take care of one another. Love each other like sons, mothers, daughters, and brothers. But no. We've been filled too much and too long with the hate that they tell us. And that's why we fail. Because we can't group together. Because they've caused us to hate each other. We fight amongst ourselves so that we will never fight them. I ask you to come stand at my door, brethren. I come ask you to stand at my door. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're Asian. I don't care what your religion is. I don't care what your sexual preference is. I don't care whether your gender was what you were born with, whether you're in the middle of transgender reformment. I don't care. The only thing that I care is that when you come to me, you are not an informant for the government trying to tell them what we are going to do to stop them. But come to the door. See the truth. Open your eyes and remember what it was like to be the youth and have dreams of a beautiful world. The older you got, the more your stomach curled, and you began to realize when you opened your eyes, as you so thought and perceived, that the only way that anything in this world is received is by following the rules. Who the fuck made the rules? Did I make these rules for you? Did you make these rules for me? No. 1% buys the opportunity. I don't care who makes the laws if I make your currency. Why? Because if you make my currency, you can put taxation on it. And once you've put taxation on it, everyone owes you. Everyone follows you. See, the real beast is the fact that we want to feast like motherfucking kings. Every one of us. There is corruption inside each and every one of us. What you have to do every day is fight your own corruption so that you can stand up and fight the corruption of those around you. Those that try to suppress and drown you. I'm only here to tell you that I have freshly awoke. But I promise you, the only way that they will begin to choke out this voice is through doing what they've always done and take rights of mine without my choice in it. But that's okay, because if I have to, I'll begin and end it with nothing more than mere words. Why? Because the pen is more powerful than the sword. If you do not believe this to be accurate, then let me ask you this. How many of y'all follow laws that were written by men? That were written with a pen.